Level 54 upgrade. What lays before you is Demon Rebuilt. Yes, there's a couple of parts on there that are different, and let me explain exactly what happened. Demon got ran over by a car, and I was going through an intersection, the car ran a stop sign, and bam, Demon was crushed, and that car broke a lot. So let me go ahead and explain to you everything that was broken. Okay, so the chassis broke, the ESC mount broke, the RPM front and rear A-arms broke, the front and rear RPM shock towers broke, 2 aluminum links, 2 rims, and besides that, this front upper deck was bent. I had to bend it back straight. The caster block was bent. I had to straighten that out. The LEDs were crushed. Some of them I had to resolder on there. And the body that I was running with got smashed. Somehow it came out in pretty good condition, but it got creased really badly along the side, so this thing just doesn't sit right now. But besides that, it survived. All the electronics and everything made it through miraculously, and whew, am I thankful for that. So the $1 million question is, how did Demon get rebuilt? Well, Stephen Campbell did a huge donation where he sent me a roller, and that's where Demon got blue A-arms from. I also had a couple of spare rims, so I was able to just glue the Anaconda tires onto those. Thankfully, those tires did not get ripped when the rims were shattered. I had a couple extra aluminum links, and yeah, the chassis, the ESC brace, the shock towers, the arms, all that got replaced by that huge donation from Stephen Campbell. Thanks again, a ton, man. It is just awesome that you helped out so much. But when he did do that donation, there's a couple of things he included, which I'm going to go ahead and attach to him now. So let's go ahead and do Demon's level 54 upgrade. The first thing I'm going to install is RPM's wheelie bar mount. This, of course, was donated to me by Stephen Campbell. Thanks again, man. So I need to take off the old wheelie bar. It is held in with 3 screws, 2 on this side and 1 on this side. I'm also going to go ahead and take off the transmission box cover just for convenience. So I'm going to have to take off that center top screw and that bottom screw right there. Come on, there we go. It's having a bit of a problem taking that last screw out, and I can see why, because it's bent. So that makes me wonder, oh, well, that explains it. Okay, I guess the wheelie bar mount didn't make it either. Good thing I'm replacing it. But anyways, I need to go ahead and take this off from the actual wheelie bar. So I need to remove 4 shoulder screws. These 2 and these 2. Okay, so now I can just toss that away. I am going to have to hold on to this as well as the 4 shoulder screws. Now it's time to go ahead and put this together. This is held together with 4 screws, 2 on each side. 2 there and 2 there. Now that that's all taken care of, I can almost attach this to the transmission box. There's one last thing I need to do. I need to take off this screw right here, because unlike the stock Traxxas wheelie bar mount, this hooks up to the transmission box in 5 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's remove that screw and get this installed. There's one last thing I should go ahead and cover before I install this. With the old wheelie bar mount, you only needed these 3 screws to install it. However, with the RPM one, I need these 5 different sized screws. So the 3 long ones go on the top, middle, and bottom, and the 2 short ones go up top and in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this in position and use the 3 long ones and install them on top, middle, and bottom. Okay, so the top, middle, and bottom screw was installed. In order to install the top and bottom one, I had to take off the motor cap. I also had to undo the 2 screws on the other side so I could move the motor around a little bit more. So now I can go ahead and do the other 2 screws. One I'm going to install right here, right now. Now, in order to install the other one, I need to go ahead and reattach the cover. Now up top, you can see that the wheelie bar mount goes behind the screw that holds on the top of the transmission. That is why you need to use a longer one. Now that that's taken care of, I can go ahead and reinstall the screw that holds in the bottom of the cover and attach the wheelie bar itself. And that is held in with the same 4 shoulder screws, 2 on each side. 1 here and there, and the other two here and there. Here's before, and here is after. It perfectly matches up with the blue RPM gearbox. Not to mention, this wheelie bar fits up next to the transmission box cover a lot better than the stock Traxxas one. Let me explain. This arm right here never really fully meshed up perfectly with the chassis. It would always end up bending out, which just looked terrible. Not to mention, these arms constantly snapped off, and it was a headache. But with this, I don't have to worry about that anymore. But before I end this upgrade, there's a few more things I need to do to Demon. So a long time ago, on Demon's 36th upgrade, I had these installed. Now, one of them, the bearings broke, and I lost a wheel when I was driving him around, and I never found that wheel, so I took off the other one and put these plastic ones on there. But thanks to Stephen Campbell, he donated these, so thanks again, man. And this is a very easy installation. All I have to do is undo that shoulder screw, take off the old ones, and put on the new ones. Oh yeah, that looks a hell of a lot better. So now the next thing I'm going to be doing is taking off Demon's front tires by undoing the 4mm nut that's on each side. So you might be wondering, why in the world did I take off the front tires? Well, Stephen Campbell also gave me 3mm blue aluminum nuts. Yep, keeps going. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this nut and that nut on both sides. Alright, simple little detail, but it does make a big difference. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the tires back on. And now there's only just one more thing to do. So a long time ago, I ended up painting the gear cover and the top of the waterproof receiver box blue to match the body. Well, I wanted an anodized look, but it just didn't quite match what I was looking for. So I finally got some anodizing paint, and check that out. That looks like it's anodized. It almost looks the same, guys, but believe me, in real life, there is just a huge difference with it. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that as well as this. And you can see I went ahead and put a Proline sticker on there because I lost my Proline sticker on the side that used to be there since this is a new chassis. So let's go ahead and switch those two out, and then I'll finally be done. And I am finally done with this upgrade. Thanks again, Steven. You really did help me out a lot. And Demon is looking better than ever. And that was Demon's level 54 upgrade.